Hello, welcome to another video. Now this is my 996 which I got recently, and since I got it, it's had a bit of a problem where I'm getting misfires, it doesn't accelerate properly, I'm also getting check engine lights, and I've reset it a few times, can't really find out what's going on, so I wanted to get a tool that would help me diagnose it. Unfortunately, I had an email from KINGBOLEN asking if I would like to test a diagnostic tool for them. It's the Ediag Elite. And this is a diagnostic tool that plugs into the OBD2 port, and it comes with an app. You install the app and then hopefully you should be able to diagnose what's wrong, read the codes, clear the codes, and also look at live data. So really interested to try what this is like, and if it's good then you're watching this video and it means it is good. So what I'm going to do is install it, get the software, get the app, have a look at what's going on and see if we can sort the problem on this car for once and for all. Something right. It's in limp mode.
What?
That's as far as it will go. Something's wrong.
It might be because of the fuel is low.
So let's have a look at what you get then. Okay, you get a nice box. Let's have a look. Oh. So here's our device. Comes with a carry case, KINGBOLEN written on it. Very nice. And here's the actual device. Yeah, seems quite well made. And our OBD2 port. And we've got some instructions here in various different languages. Here's the English one here. Yeah, so the instructions, they tell you where to download the app, and you can download the app from the Google Play Store or the iPhone App Store, which is good. Then you've got on how to activate it, how to connect the Bluetooth, and then how to start using it. So I think most of this is going to be self-explanatory once we get the app. So I'm going to download that now, install it, and once we've done that we can look at connecting it to the car and see what's wrong. Right, so let's get this. We need to plug it into our OBD port, which is over here. Okay, I don't think that's in. Put the ignition on. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can activate it. We should have an activation code, which is in the manual. Let's have a look. Okay, so we've activated it, installed already. Let's see if it works. I think that's plugged in. It's all systems diagnostics. So I'm going to manually put in my VIN. Okay, it's now going to identify the VIN, and it's downloading the Porsche software automatically. That's really cool. So it downloads whatever software you need for your car. Right, let's do a health report. Got one ABS fault. Alarm system 10 faults. It's going to clear everything. Now the reason I'm clearing everything is this car's obviously had a low battery, so there are loads of random fault codes. Ideally we want to start afresh, start the engine and see if we can see what the problem is. Can read the fault codes, no DTCs. So now there are no stored codes, let's start the car again, as I said. Yeah, so the engine light came back on, which is good, because now I can use this tool to see what it is that's causing the problem. So let's have a look, see if we can clear down the error and, well, see what it is, and then fix the error and then clear it down. So now we're clear of all fault codes, let's have a look and see what that engine light was. Now the interesting thing here is there are a number of errors, all relating to the same bank. So it's cylinders 4 to 6. And if you look at the bottom there is one fault which is really interesting, which is the O2 sensor ahead of the cat on that bank. So that seems to be the problem here. So what I plan to do now is you can use live data and select different parameters that you want to look at. And while the car started, you can see things actually in real time. And now we really have our smoking gun. If you look there, the O2 sensor voltage ahead of Cat C is showing very strange readings, so 0.001 volts, whereas you see the others are kind of, 0.4, 0.7 volts and kind of moving around. So this is definitely our problem here. We need to get a new O2 sensor. So I found the Bosch part number, and actually when I put this in, Amazon show it, and they're by far the cheapest, but they don't mention it's for a Porsche. But a top tip here is get the part number, the Bosch one, and then search online, and you can often get it cheaper than your local parts store. So I've got this socket which is specially designed to remove O2 sensors. It goes on like that and turns. So yeah, hopefully that will make life a bit easier. I bought this for another car, I never used it, so glad I had it lying around. Okay. So the camera's not in a very good position. I'll explain what's going on. I tried using that special socket, but I kept finding that it was slipping on the O2 sensor. It was almost like it wasn't tight enough. But I think what's happened is, because I had to apply a little pressure, it's actually opened up slightly and made it bigger than it needs to be. So not a very good tool in the end, but I'll show you in a sec. So yeah, I think this let me down. It's started to slip and it's loose on everything, so I think it's just opened up. So luckily my mate Rory, he's got this, so I'm hoping this one will work. And his tools are quality, he buys Snap-on. So let's see if it works. Now unfortunately this tool also slipped. But I think this is because the O2 sensor was damaged by now. Where the other tool had slipped, it had rounded off the edges. So no blame on your tools, Rory. But what it means is we're going to need to find a different way of doing this. It's on really tight, so yeah, let's find another way. So what I'm trying now is a spanner with an extension on it, which is often a good way of getting things out. It did fit over the O2 sensor okay. But unfortunately, once again, it did slip. So we're going to need to find another way, maybe something a bit more drastic. So annoyingly, it's rounded off. So what I'm going to do is chop the top off with an angle grinder. and then try and put a socket over it and see if that works. Also put some heat in it as well. So let's get an end grinder, cut this off, and then yeah, see if we can get a socket on there. Bugger! Okay, can't get a grinder in there, so we're going to use this. After cutting it most of the way through, what I did was I got a hammer and just bashed the end off. Unfortunately I didn't film it for some reason, but yeah, we're nearly there, and then just whack it off with a hammer and we get a socket over. I'm also going to apply a bit of heat this time as well. Gotcha. Okay. Right, let's get the other one in. So with the sensor firmly in the exhaust, all we need to do is reach up now and plug the cable back in. Okie dokie. So, we're all ready to go. See if the engine light comes on this time. So after leaving the engine running for a while, the light doesn't come back on, which is great news. I also checked the voltages and they're back in the normal ranges, sort of 0.5 volts. So fantastic job. And I've driven it quite a bit since this video and it's definitely not come back on. We have had no engine lights whatsoever. So a really good result. And all because we found out what the problem was on the Ediag Elite. And I think with the money we saved by doing the job ourselves, it easily paid for this diagnostic tool. So really, really good result. Since getting this tool, I've fixed loads of other problems, including on my 987, which I don't know if you remember had a terrible misfire in my exhaust video. And with the tool, I was able to diagnose this as a mass airflow meter. Let's try air mass. Okay. Air mass sensor. So I've got 0 on my mass sensor. I don't think that's correct. Thanks to the Ediag, I replaced the meter and that fixed this problem. So there we have it. I'm really pleased with that tool. Super useful, fixing the problem on my 911 and my 987. And I've also done a few more jobs with it. On my daily driver, I had an airbag light. I was able to reset, that was a VW. And you may have seen on my Instagram, I have a new yellow car, which will be coming soon to the channel. And on that, I had some immobiliser problems, and the KINGBOLEN worked really well, fixing those as well. So really pleased with the tool. I'll leave a link in the description below. Also, there's a discount code that KINGBOLEN kindly given me, which is PAULEDPORK. So if you put that in, you'll get a nice little discount as well. And one good thing with this tool, I would say, you don't have one of these subscription models. So I know with some of these tools, you buy it once, and then in a year's time you can't use it anymore because you have to subscribe for another year. And that's not the case with this one. You can get it once and then it's yours forever. So really useful, and I'll definitely be using it. I've got a lot of jobs coming up where I'll be using that, so fantastic. And I know I haven't put many videos up recently. A good reason for that. I've had a terrible cold, and also a few things with work. I'm really busy, so I haven't had the time to edit. I have been come down and doing some work on the 911 behind me, both mechanical, and I've been going through the list. You remember the big list on the wall? Yeah, I've been going through this list. Have sorted most of the problems now, most of the mechanical ones, and also started the wrap as well. Yeah, so that's going to be coming out soon. Not quite as we hoped, but we'll show you that soon. So I'll probably have a video out next week. I'll probably focus on the roof there. We had to fix the roof on the car, something else. So I'll put that in the video next week along with a couple of other bits. And then hopefully after that I'll be releasing a bit more regularly because I've got time to edit now. So anyway, yeah, if you could like and subscribe, you'll catch those next videos. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. See you soon.